Hey, what's up guys, this is Aditya for Pricebaba. We've got two Nexus 5s in office currently. One has got an OTA update to 5.0 Lollipop, whereas the other one is still on 4.4 KitKat. So we thought we'll take you through all the changes that 5.0 Lollipop has to offer. So we don't think you'll be interested in the one on the right, so we'll just keep it aside. Going ahead, unlocking the phone, you'll see these interactive notifications. These are completely different. They were not there on KitKat before. And sliding down will give the toggle menu. Now these are completely different. These are not what you had in your 4.4 KitKat update. The first thing you'll observe is flashlight. This is new and you can toggle the flashlight and there's no need of an app to do that now. Other than that, simply clicking on the icon will change the state of Wi-Fi. So this is just switching Wi-Fi on, whereas if you need to get more detail about it, you need to click the name below and this will take to the menu for the particular operation. Now again, from the lock screen, we had the quick camera launch action button since KitKat, and that was a feature of KitKat that was introduced. And now we've got something different. If you'll see that we've got a call button. Now because my phone is unlocked, you can straight away go into the dialer and place a call. Now whereas if the phone is locked, you can only use it for an emergency call. So also, if you swipe down, the setting button is right here instead of the two-step process that was required in KitKat. It's a neat touch and it will jump into the settings menu quickly. Now once the phone is locked, the unlocking procedure is different. On KitKat you just had to swipe it from the center to the right or left and it would unlock. Now here you have to swipe up to unlock, and if you have a pin or a pattern lock, it will just appear on the screen. So this is what the home screen looks like. It's still the Google Now launcher. You've got Google Now a swipe away, and you can add more home screens if you want. Looking at just this particular screen, you can see that the icons have changed for all the apps that have been upgraded to the material design, and the buttons have been changed. They've got a triangle, circle and a square, and they still do the same thing. This is the back key, the home and the multitasking. Now talking about multitasking, you've got different panes now. It's no longer the vertical layout, it's a card stack layout, and trust me, you've got lots of apps running, and thanks to art, there's no slowing down. The phone is still blazing fast and you can just swipe away all the apps. And there's also a new pinning feature on Lollipop. So if say I'm on camera and I'm giving it to a friend, so basically I can pin the camera and the friend will only be able to use the camera and nothing else. If he tries and there's no way of getting out of it. You can get out of it by pressing the back and the home screen and the multitasking button together. I'm sorry for that, but it will lead to the lock screen. You can't access any other app on the phone other than the one that was pinned. And going to the app drawer, it's no longer transparent. You see solid colors now, a solid background. It's not like it was on KitKat. Some might like it, some won't, but the app drawer is really responsive. You've got multi-user mode on the newest update, so you can add a guest profile, and adding a guest profile will keep all the other data from your personal profile intact. None of it will be available to the guest, and you can simply hand over your phone to someone who wants to borrow it for some time. They can use it and give it back to you without having access to your data. So that's a really cool feature. It's a security feature and something quite a lot of people will appreciate. And you can always switch back to your profile. Just it's simple, you just have one tap and that's about it. That's all that is required. So we'll deep dive straight into the settings menu. This is how it is. It's completely different. It's white, it's refreshing, it's no longer boring and black like the old KitKat versions. Now what you can see here is each tab is taking more space on Lollipop, so it might have less content to show, but at the same time it offers great visibility and it's good to look at. You won't need to squint your eyes to look at any of the written text there, and you won't even need to adjust the text size if you're not comfortable with it. Now there's something interesting we saw in the Bluetooth setting. It's that you don't have a visibility setting anymore. So in case you have to turn your visibility on, you have to stick into the Bluetooth menu as it says. The toggle button has been changed. Now you can either click on the button to toggle the setting, or you can directly click on the tab and it does the same thing. It's quite handy when you won't have to particularly aim at a toggle button. so that saves the effort. Now going to the display, you've got a new update over here, that is adaptive brightness. So it's okay, so there's this cool feature I'd like to show. I'm getting an incoming call right now and I can still do the work I'm looking at other than taking the incoming call. So that's a really cool feature. So you can just cancel it out. The call is still ringing, but it's uninterrupted. I can still take it if I want to. If I don't want to, I can just skip it. It's the same when you're gaming and when you're doing some other apps, you know, as long as the apps support it. So as I was saying, the display now has got display adaptive brightness. You no longer have that auto brightness tick. The auto brightness is on by default when you click adaptive brightness on, and you can change the settings as per your liking. So if you set it to 50%, every time the brightness goes up, you know, the surrounding light goes up, this will also scale the brightness up accordingly, keeping it to the 50% light preference that you have selected. That's really good, and this is something we had in iOS long back and was something much required. It's a welcome update. So after the display, we are going to the next option. You've got sounds and notifications. They have clubbed sounds and notifications this time. The newest settings have got priority notifications. Now all will, you know, it won't filter any notifications or calls. It will just let everything notify you. So with priority, you have an option to select the contacts that, you know, that will pass through all the filters and will notify you. You know, getting a call from a starred contact or getting an SMS from a starred contact will only seep through this filter. Now also when it comes to notification, you've got new notification settings. You can show all the notifications on the lock screen, hide sensitive information, or not show notifications at all. Now what hide sensitive notification content does is it does not show any specific detail. All the content is hidden from the app. You'll only see the app that is notifying you, but not what it is notifying you about. So that is good if you are very privacy conscious. And other than that, you've got a prominent notification update if your battery is low. You only had the colored change in KitKat. It's still there, and you get a prominent notification so that you know that your battery is low. You also have battery saver this time. Now what battery saver does is it reduces the device performance, and it also switches off auto updating, and it will only update the apps when you require it. So when you access an app, it will update it. Now turning on the power saver mode, as you can see, has changed the notification and the colors. Basically it will show you that the phone is now on power saver mode. The performance might be hampered, and it's good to know. So it's a visual change. You will immediately come to know that it's on power saver. It's not the best way to represent it, but that's what Google thinks is good. So now we've also got encryption. That is a highlight of Android 5.0 Lollipop. You can encrypt the phone. Now the Nexus 6 and the Nexus 9 are encrypted by default. Now we've also seen that encryption drops the speed down of a device, so it's a trade-off. You either get speed or you get security. It's your choice. You have screen pinning that we earlier talked about. You'll need to enable it. It's switched off by default, but I don't see a reason why you'd switch it off anyways. There's also one new feature that we really liked is when you scroll down to the notification bar, the settings menu on, you know, after you scroll down, you can click the button right away and you get an indication of the amount of data you've used, and the white one is your data warning limit. And the best feature is you can toggle it now directly. You won't need a widget, or you won't need multiple steps to just switch your data off or on. We wished it could toggle between 2G, 3G and 4G, but sadly that's not the case. But we might be asking for a bit too much. So this was our first look at Android 5.0 Lollipop, and we are pretty impressed with it. What do you guys think? You can put it down in the comment section below. If you like this video, do give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to share it with your friends, and do subscribe to our channel.